Well, hello my fellow car modelers, how you doing today? Me? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. I want to first of all thank everyone on my last video, my little blow my face off vlog, but that I announced that we got to 10,000 subscribers. All the well wishers, you guys are great, you guys are fantastic. I am so happy to have you guys behind me. That's really cool. I'm glad you like what I'm doing, and I'm going to continue on. And here's the continuation. Like I little sneak peek showed you guys in that last video, in that vlog. If you haven't seen it, you gotta go watch it because it's nuts. Anyways, wham, this kit right here I picked up, right? Do we got it in the picture? Anyways, hope you know what it is. It's the Chevy Luv. That's what we're looking at today. Not doing a review. This kit's been out for a while. I just finally got a hold of it. No biggie. I just wanted to play around with it, mock it up, and I thought I'd, you know, bring you guys along with me like I have in the past with a couple of other kits like that Datsun pickup and that Aston Martin. Just kind of fiddling around, had an idea. When I first saw this kit announced, I thought, well, I liked the Chevy Luvs. I remember them when I was in high school. They were really popular with a lot of the kids. I had a friend of mine that had one. They were pretty cool pickups, but this one in particular caught my eye because I really dig the flares that are on it. So it gives you a little opportunity to play around with it and make it into like a little race truck or something. So I just kind of want to throw it together with you guys, stuff some tires and wheel combinations under it, see what it'll look like. Just get a feel for it. Let's take a look at it. Alright, fellow car modelers, let's take a look at this thing. Like I said, this isn't really a review of the kit. I just want to play around with it. I kind of got it a little late in the game. It's been out, what, 8-9 months or so. It wasn't one of my, gotta have right now kits. I knew I'd eventually get it. I just waited till my local hobby shop, Andy's Hobby Headquarters, got it. He had a little bit of a problem getting a couple of Revell's releases lately for some reason. They weren't getting to his distributors. And finally got him. It came in, like, I absolutely forgot about the kit, and it all of a sudden showed up. And it was at a store when I was there, and I had to grab it. So I just have this idea, because I look at this kit, when I first saw that it was coming back, with these fender flares it has, and I even might do this 70s looking. I love the 70s, you know, because I was a kid in the 70s. These type of paint jobs the factories were putting on cars, kind of liven them up, because after all, nothing was fast anymore. Everything was real anemic, so they had to liven things up. Like they would put striping packages on them. They weren't muscle cars like what we knew before that, so they made them up with doing all these neat stripe packages. Ooh, look at that. See that? We'll have to look at the decals. It's kind of a cool mural on the side, going for that groovy van era. And check this out. That's neat. Molded in the USA. What are they going for? This is going to be interesting. It kind of makes me wonder what Revell is going to be doing here in the future. Bringing back some really cool old kits. Having them done here in the States, even though they're over there in Europe now. This could be a sign of a really good prospects of some neat stuff coming out. But let's get into just doing the mock-up here. And, you know, of course, like I said, not a review. I just want to play around with it, and I thought I'd bring you guys with me. I got this idea for this race truck because of those flares. So, there it is. It's the first time me ever looking at this kit. These are pretty cool tires. I kind of like these. I don't know if I'm going to use them. Maybe I will. We'll see about sizing. But these are kind of really cool 70s performance tires that Monogram put into a lot of their kits back in the day. The chrome. What do we got here? We got some custom stuff. I don't think I'll be using any of that. Although these side pipes might be cool. I might put those in this. This could be cool. These are some kind of cool wheels. I may or may not go with these wheels and tires. I might try something else. We're going to play with the mocking up. But, yeah, that's pretty interesting, those wheels. Mighty Mike, that's what they call them. A whole lot of alien stuff. Those are some cool decals. I think I'm going to use these decals on this build. The instructions that we will not use. So, let's get the box out of the way. Let's get to pulling out that body. Let's get that body out. We're probably going to have to bring the camera in lower because it's all about stance. Remember that? So we'll get to that. But let's first start playing around. I haven't even started pulling out different sets of wheels and tires to mock up with this. But It's definitely going to be, you know, I bought this for a purpose. It's definitely going to be some kind of race truck, or, you know, a track, you know, just somebody's, nothing of any series or nothing. I'm not going to follow anything that actually exists. I just want to make kind of a racy truck that, yeah, that's pretty cool. That, you know, would be something someone would just build as a project and be street legal. But, we got multiple parts for the body here. I'm just going to, not going to worry about the hood right yet, because we're going to do our little taping up and putting this body kind of together. First, let's take a look at the chassis, if that's going to be usable, which I probably will. I'll probably go ahead and use it. I'm going to build it. I do this, I want to just do it out of the box with minor changes to it to just give it more of a race truck look. Oh, look at that. Wow, that's cool. It's got some cool headers. This is, you know, I believe this was probably put out in the 70s. It's typical Monogram 70s kits, but it's got some real coolness to it. I didn't know if the engine and all that stuff, you know, how Monogram was back in the 70s. Sometimes it was hit and miss on, you know, the simplicity of things, but I think this is, everything's usable. I don't think I'll do a lot of kit bashing. I'll just go ahead and mess with this. But let's get some of this all cleaned up, and we'll get a different perspective, a little lower, and but, you know, it'll take a little bit. I'm going to gather some pieces, but for you, it's going to be instantaneous because it's movie magic. Okay, going in at a lower angle, and I first got to say, when I'm mocking this up, holy fitment issues. Good old 70s kits. This took me right back, but this back piece here, getting into the cab, there's no amount of gluing. I don't know what to do. It's really tough. Any of you guys who built this, let me know in the comments. It is what it is. It's a 70s kit, but one thing that I noticed, that I swear that when I started fiddling around with this, I could have swore I had a vintage kit, not one that just came out. All the way to this plastic is like the way Monogram kits were back in the 70s and 80s. That hard, kind of brittle plastic. Well, it's not really brittle. It's actually pretty strong, but it's not so pliable like modern styrene in the kits we're getting used to. That's kind of interesting. I hope that's not the route that they're going with the kits now, because I know past Revell kits over the past 10, 15 years or so have been having a really nice plastic, and this is like the old hard, kind of hard to work with when you're cutting and trying to sand on it, take all the sprues off. It does weird stuff like the old kits did. Not thrilled about that, but here's something really cool. Look at this, you got two front ends. If you're doing a little race truck like me, I'm not sure which direction I want to go, but I'm thinking with this huge spoiler in the front, this probably will give me that race car look. But it's all about the stance and the tires, and that's what we're playing with. And I've picked out a few things I thought about first. You know, here's the tires and wheels that come in the kit. Too skinny for the front, but for what I want to do. But we'll see how they work. Might be interesting. You get like a complete set of 4 of the rears, and everything with how we got here is we can see that it fits in real well. See that? And it'll fit in the front real well. I said real well, not wheel well, but same thing. There's the rear tire in the front of this thing. You can stuff it in there without doing any modifications. I haven't cut anything away, so you got a lot of room to work. And then there's this tire and wheel set. I think this wheel came from a snap kit somewhere, but this tire is a tire that I try to gather up. You will find this, and this is the coolest treaded Pro Touring tire I've seen in US domestic kits. This was in the AMT version of the Plymouth Prowler, the rear tire, and I have bought a couple of those just to get these tires. They look really cool. Right now I just got one, and it will fit pretty good into the front right there. You might have to do a little modification, but if you wanted to go for that look, you could probably dump it even lower. It will not fit in the back, so you will have to do some modifying and moving that moving that frame in, which I'm not objective to do, but we're going to really utilize these cool flares. But what I think my number one pick is for the look I'm going for is these were from a die cast kit or something, or diorama. I've had these NASCAR Goodyear sticker tires with these really cool wheels in it that are actually already, made to look like they're off the hub. Can you see that? And they just look cool up in this thing. And it fits in the rear pretty well. So that is probably the direction I would go with this for a race truck. But there's so many cool potentials and other cool wheel combos. But let's get a lower thing and let's see if we can kind of mock up that stance. Well, here's the first mock-up with a set of wheels and tires. That's a good candidate. Out of the box, these are the front wheels. These are the rear wheels, but I put the rear tire to get that wideness. So if you could probably still use the front wheels, but if you get another set of those rear tires, that's a pretty good look. You got a good, nice, wide tire. It fits in the wheel well, real look good. You can get that thing down, but you're kind of not really utilizing that flare the way I would like to. Let's kind of move it around a bit, because you really want to get that flare. Get the tire out as far as you can, maybe like that. And here comes Felix. So we could really utilize those flares and get those tires to come out farther, but really get this thing dumped to the ground and give it that race car stance. And I'd probably put some roll cage in there. Got it really at the level I want. So there's that. Let's take a look at the next round of tires I'm thinking of. Wow, here's a good look. Those tires that I got off of the back of the Plymouth Prowler from AMT, those are going to need some modifications. Can't really get them up in there too well. They're a bit wide, but boy oh boy, those have a good look to them, especially with those wheels. I maybe would keep them kind of spun aluminum look or polished aluminum look, but maybe go black. I really like black wheels, so might go that way. You just get an idea. Let's take a look back here. Look how wide those are. There's a lot of room in the front there. You could get those to work and just have to do a little bit of trimming back here. And this could be a real good possibility. It feels the wheel well real well and gets up and really utilizes that fender flare. That's a good possibility. Let's take a look at the next possibility. This is my third and probably final choice, but let's look at those NASCAR wheels and tires. Now, this is kind of a cool look here. We're getting all kind of disjointed here, but yeah, I like the old stock car tires and wheels look. That would look pretty cool and get you a pretty decent stance. And like I said, I think I will still use those side pipes that go right along here, so you want to not get too much lower, but that might be a really cool look. I'm kind of wanting to go for that kind of stock car look, keeping the wheels at 15-inch instead of really tall wheels. And I got one other wheel option. This is, wheel and tire option. This is a wheel and tire from an old Monogram Ford kit. And this tire, if you can see, let's do a little comparison compared to this wheel and tire set I got that's from like a die cast diorama. You can see that this tire is a bit taller than the Monogram. It's taller and narrower. So let's see how this tire, I only got one right now, but it fits in there pretty good. I like those wheels too. Those are my favorite stock car wheels. I like the 5 holes. Those are just so cool looking. That looks real good. Let's see what it would look like in the back. I'm liking the Monogram kit tire. Allows you to even go a little farther down, and it's a little bit wider, so it'll probably have that really good wide stance, and it fits both sides. And yeah, I sure would like to go with those old 80s weld 5-hole wheels. I always liked those when they ran those in NASCAR in the 80s and part of the 90s. that could be really cool. That could be really, really super cool. Depending on the color of the truck, or what color, I would probably, I don't know if I'd keep them chrome. I would probably go either black or white, depending on the color that I choose for the body. But yeah, that is a really cool look. And like I said, you want to really utilize the flaring. Take a look at that. That would look really cool. I like that look. Let's see, right up in there. It's so cool how this truck has these flares. That would be cool. That could look really cool. It would totally give the stock car look. So that's kind of the direction I'm thinking of going. Just kind of do that NASCAR truck look, but with a mini truck. Say maybe it'll be a fictitious series that they might have started, because I don't know if many of you would know, before the truck series that we know today, there was a little offshoot, kind of wasn't sanctioned under NASCAR, but in the 70s they try to go at racing stock car trucks, because when they were starting to do the switch from the long wheelbase cars that they ran in NASCAR Winston Cup, and they went down sized in 81 to the smaller cars that we were seeing in the showroom floors at the time, there was a large excess of long wheelbase cars that were no longer legal to run in the Cup series. So Buck Baker, he wanted to start this truck series, and they took those existing chassis, kind of cut the roll cage a bit, and put truck bodies on them. It was a really neat looking race truck. So maybe this could be something, since they played with smaller vehicles that would run in the Dash series, even back in those days, and they called them baby grands with Vegas and stuff. Let's say that would have caught on, and they would have done smaller, because they were getting popular, small compact trucks like the Chevy Luv, and Ford had their Couriers. So you had the maybe a series that the Loves and the Couriers ran in, and maybe some other small trucks. This could be a what if. So maybe I'm going to go in that direction. That's kind of a cool idea. So that's what I'm picking. Put your comments below and tell me what you think the direction you would go with this truck. Could be a quick, easy, fun build that I'll probably put in the back in the box and think about it. You know, maybe I'll pull them back out and do this. I don't know. This could be a fun, quick build. I always say that about quick builds, and they get a little long-winded for me, and I get bored with them. I don't know. I've been wanting to do a little race truck. You know, I want to do it still with the Datsun, but I got different ideas with that Datsun. But this one just, it's those flares. It's those flares that just make it look really cool. So what do you think? Was that pretty cool? I think there's a project there for someone. I don't know, I'd like to play with it. I'm looking at it right now with that last setup that we had. I'm really liking how those NASCAR wheels and tires are kind of up against that fender flare, really utilizing those fender flares. Those fender flares are cool. I'm a big fan of flares. What the heck? So this thing's got some potential. It's an old kit, kind of plays with like an old kit, manipulates like an old kit. There's a few issues with it, but you can get around that. I'd rather have it than complain about its shortcomings, because you consider the time period it was first done. But you know what? It is what it is. I want to thank my producers. You guys are great. Thanks for supporting the channel. You're a big part of the channel. If you would like to become a producer, go on to my Patreon and just become a producer. We'll welcome you with big arms, open arms. Oh yeah, my one producer. We got to tell him to shut up. Shut up, Aaron. Okay, Aaron, are you ready for this?
I was born ready for this.
There, we've done it. You go to my Teespring, you get some shirts and mugs and things. That helps support the channel. Like, subscribe, the algorithms. There. We've said it all. We've covered everything. Now, what we're going to do now is tell you to keep gluing those fingers together. Keep cutting that styrene. And we will see you in the next video, and keep building all the cars because they're fun, right? Right? Wait a sec. One more thing. I got something I really want to share with you guys. Don't go running off, please. You can go ahead and shut it down if you're not interested in this, but some of you guys might be. This has to do with my grandson Felix. He did something interesting this morning. I was really proud of him, and I busted out the camera and filmed it, and I'm putting it on the end of this. Please watch. If not, you know, the video is done. But I'm sure some of you guys who are granddads and dads will definitely, and moms and grandmas. Boy, I don't want to be, whatever. I guess it's just a, granddad being proud of his little guy. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye. He's repairing his stock car model.
I don't think, yeah, that didn't work out today.
You over it? He wants that steering wheel back in there. He has been working on it. Good, put it in. Okay. Goes right there. Well, not exactly. It goes into the dashboard. Well, that's not quite a part of it.
Reimagination.
Yeah, he's reimagining it.
Hi.
Is he going to be a model builder? What do you think?
Arsonist.
An arsonist? This shows becoming an arsonist, not a model builder?
Strange things happen.
Okay. That's odd.
Look. Let's see. Right there, see? Where'd it go? What'd you do with it? Did you eat it?
What? No, it's right there.
The wheel? Oh, it's in there. Thanks, dude. Right here. See? Now you do it. Okay. Well. I'll do this part. It's not easy to do. Let's put that motherfucker back there. Yeah, see? I see your struggle here. I get what's going on here. You okay? Okay, put it on. Put the top part on. Okay, it's on there. Oh my god, it's on there. Yeah, thumbs up, you did it. It's not on there good enough, you keep pushing it. Doesn't fit, just force
He's
it.
checking the stance there. Oh, another piece. You're not even doing it right. Oh,
Oh, fucking
some example you are.
Wrong. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong. Oh my god. If it doesn't work, just force it on there. No, this way. No, this way. That's why it wasn't working. There's fixed.
Yes.